Hi there, it's me. I'm back. Updates have been a little less frequent just because adjusting to a new life has turned out to be a little bit more challenging than I thought it was going to be. I'm still just super grateful that I have the opportunity to be able to, you know, get this job and to work towards those benefits. But yeah, I thought I'd just catch you guys up. First things first, last cycle was our first and probably only IUI attempt. It was both successful and unsuccessful in the fact that I had a ectopic pregnancy. So, yeah, it worked, but obviously it didn't result in a baby. We had some tough choices to make when starting this next cycle. Basically, you know, the difference financially between trying a bunch of IUIs before IVF just didn't make sense. Not that IUI is outrageously expensive, but at about $750 a shot, doing 4 IUIs gets me very close to the amount that I'm expecting to pay for just the medications on IVF, even outside of Starbucks insurance. So, just making sure that we have the funds available for successful IVFs and hopefully, well, not hopefully, but, just preparing in case we need multiple um, shots at IVF. Just wanting to make sure that we are financially ready. Um, so that's the decision that we made. I changed ovulation drugs from Clomid to letrozole, I think is the name, the generic form of Firmera. It's going much better for me. I don't feel as crappy as I did on Clomid, so even that's just a happy change. And overall, I'm just feeling a lot more positive than I have been feeling lately. At this point, it's so hard to tell what's actually me and what's the drugs I've been on. Like, what am I actually really feeling at this point? I don't even know. But I'm still here. We're still trying. It made sense to kind of like do something in the meantime, even if we weren't doing full on IUIs, until we do IVF. I mean, every chance is still a chance, and we could be that one in a million getting pregnant either this cycle or next cycle. You never know. But at the same time, my expectations are also just realistic and just knowing that chances are we're doing IVF in February. So yeah, that's where we're at. That's our update. Otherwise, I'm just working at Starbucks, just trying to figure life out. I guess I'm also adjusting to the fact that this is going to be different in every store. But at my store, in my situation, I was hoping to work pretty close to 20 hours for to work in my life and my family. I was definitely hoping that it would be a part-time gig, but I'm working much closer to 30 hours, which, you wouldn't think 10 hours makes a big difference, but working 50% more than you planned on working is a big difference. So, I had been trying to put my finger on like what has been so difficult to adjust to. And I think I've come to realize that it's the fact that I was expecting to have a part-time job, whereas this feels much more like a full-time job. I go to work every day. I'm there for about 5 or 6 hours. Um, I have 2 days off. That's it. And then also the toll that it takes on, going to bed at basically 7 or 8 o'clock at night because I have to be up at 3:30 in the morning to do my next shift the next day. Um, you know, on the one hand, you're still getting the same amount of sleep, you're still getting the same amount of hours in the day, but you're going to sleep when other people are just starting their like time off. So right now, I don't really get to do much other than sleep. Even like last night, today was my day off, so last night would be my night to stay up, but I was just ready for bed because I'm so tired. So I didn't get to stay up. I basically went to bed the same time as my current children do. You know, so I do my best to make time with my husband. We both know that this is temporary, but in the meantime, it's like long term temporary, if that makes sense. So we're just adjusting to this being our life right now, and that's okay. Ideally, I would like to work closer to 20 hours, and I'm gonna hopefully talk to my manager about that. She's great. I have no reason to believe that if I talked to her, she wouldn't, work with me. But right now we're just a little understaffed, and it makes sense that, they need it all hands on deck. So yeah, that's that. So I'm obviously well on track to reach my 240 hours by the end of December. I probably will reach 240 hours by the end of this month. So yeah, I definitely have room to cut back, but whatever. It's nice to know that I'm securely going to qualify for benefits one way or another. So that's good. Um, so yeah, that's the main things I wanted to cover. I'm adjusting sleeping schedule. It's taking its toll. I couldn't imagine the kind of strength it must take to juggle this and a full-time job. Part of the reason I wanted to do this is to help set expectations for those people trying to make the choice to see if this is a good fit for them, to, take control of their IVF. Oh, great. I have a cat coming. Hi. Hi. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Beautiful boy. Sorry about that. So, I, excuse me. I don't know that I could do this if I was juggling another job. As it is, I feel like I have two jobs, you know, being a stay-at-home mom, which, it's a privileged place to be. But my responsibilities just didn't go away just because I'm now working 30 hours a week. I still have everything that I needed to get done. I still have children that need to live. And I still would like to have a husband by the time I am pregnant. So, maintaining that relationship, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, so point is that, you know, if you do have a full-time job, you have to be an amazing person, and I admire you completely if you are going to be doing this as well. If you have a part-time job, as well as this one, having this as a second job, it's going to take its toll. It's going to be hard work, but it definitely feels doable. Yeah. So yeah, as far as our timeline goes, I am hoping to um, have our official IVF consult next month. I've just got to get off my butt and actually book that with my doctor. Um, because she knows we're going to be doing IVF and all that jazz. So I kind of have been like, what's the point? But I guess it's important to be official and stuff and to get a realistic timeline. You know, like I said, obviously I want to plan it so that it's as early in January as possible. But just with how cycles work and whatnot, weighing up whether or not it's going to be smart to take birth control to time my cycle better and blah 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 blah, all that good stuff. So I'm gonna figure all that out. Um, and then also in January, I'm hoping to have a meeting with the financial advisor at my clinic. They have dealt with other patients who work at Starbucks with their insurance. So I'm hoping they're going to be able to give me the best guide as to what plan to pick, because there's also a bunch of plans, and just what to expect financially. I think I have a pretty good handle, but this whole infertility journey, you keep finding out you don't know what you don't know. So I'm trying to prepare myself for any surprises that I could come up against. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much where I'm at. Um, in other videos, I've covered the pay, I've covered the hours. I am accruing paid time off for each, for the time that I'm working, however many hours. To be honest, I'm not exactly sure how I'm accruing it, but I'm just seeing those hours start to show up on my paychecks. We do get tips. I thought tips were going to be, chump change, a couple bucks, under $10 every now and again, but I'm getting closer to $30 every week, which again, considering that that I'm earning a little more than minimum wage here in Ohio, that's a nice amount. That's a bonus. It's got tips, hours, and just because it's the season of holidays. Some people might like to know what the expectations are for employees over the holidays. I work at a 24-hour store, so we are definitely going to be open on the holidays. I'm from South Africa, so Thanksgiving isn't a big deal to me, so I am happy to work Thanksgiving. It's not my holiday. And I work Black Friday, again, not my holiday. So I'll be doing those. And as far as Christmas goes, it's a voluntary basis. So you can sign up, and then you'll only get drafted if there aren't enough signups. But so far, my store is looking pretty good with the volunteer signups. And I do believe that the main holidays, so for example, Thanksgiving, not Black Friday, Christmas, not Christmas Eve, you get time and a half. And I believe it's the same for New Year's Day, not New Year's Eve, and a couple other holidays. Yeah, so please hit me up. Let me know if there's anything else you guys want me to cover. Key takeaways from today. You can do it. If you already have a full-time job, give it a whirl. You can always quit. And otherwise, it's hard work, but it's worth it. I feel like I've said in a previous video, like, it makes all my other jobs feel cushy because it's not a difficult job. Like, it's not like I'm starting to get the hang of the recipes and, not mess up as much and all that sort of stuff. So, practice does make perfect. But it is hard work. Like, even just working drive-through, like, it's easier work than the other stations. But at the end of the shift, I am tired. I am done. And I think part of that's getting up early. So maybe if your schedule is different, I don't know. But, prepare yourself. It's not a cakewalk. If you think that someone who is juggling multiple jobs and Starbucks, that, you're just a barista or, you're just working fast food, it's not like that. It is full on, especially in my store. Like, we literally, during peak, we serve someone every 31 seconds for about 4 hours every morning. And my shift is about 5 hours. So for those 4 hours, it's just nonstop. Non-stop. And that's not even taking into account. So we serve someone every 31 seconds. But that doesn't mean that each person only has one drink. Like, oh my gosh, yeah, we're making lots of drinks. Customer support's out the window. Like, it's intense. But it's a really fun environment. Everybody in my store is really nice. My manager is really cool as well. So yeah, I'm feeling like the pay, is not worth what you need to do. But again, that's just from a position of privilege where I've had cushier jobs pay me more. So again, I can only be so unhappy with that. But it's fun. It goes quickly. And I'm just trying to figure out what my new normal is, trying to assimilate my other hobbies and stuff into my new life as a working mom, I guess. And I'll get there, It's already halfway through November, and I have been with Starbucks as long as I need to still be at Starbucks for me to qualify for benefits. Then I have a feeling once I've qualified for benefits, I'm going to feel more motivated because then it's getting closer to January. The closer to January it is, the closer I am to that goal of IVF. So, it's all little steps. I read a quote today that baby steps are still moving forward. And that's how I feel every day. It's just one more day, one more baby step towards getting a take-home baby. So I hope you guys have a good week, and I hope that your fertility dreams come true, because nobody deserves to feel like this. Whether you have children or don't have children, or young or old, only have fur babies, nobody deserves to feel like we do when we're infertile. Fine, being rejected by my cat. So take care, guys. Bye.